Live.
We're live. Are we live? Are we live? Fuck it. We'll do it live. Good
Do
evening,
it
ladies
live.
and gentlemen. It's Larry and Phil. After a brief hiatus, Memorial. Hope you have a good, Memorial. I did Star Wars this Memorial Day weekend. I
Oh,
really
did you?
enjoyed. Yeah, first time in 10 years because I was really turned off by what
Nice.
Disney had been doing, what the mouse has been doing to it. Really, really enjoyed the first series. Enjoyed the prequels. I bashed on the sequel so much, my girlfriend kind of got mad at me. So by the third one, I had to muzzle myself.
Let's just get through. That's
Yeah.
funny.
But that was
Right, you
my
can't be
Memorial Day.
grumpy the whole time. Right.
Yeah.
We were on a hiatus because of some personal shit happening over on my side. But we actually fit in a couple Star Wars movies were on FX. They were doing a marathon. And I was like,
Oh,
"Oh my god, marathons. This is amazing." Um so actually got to get in a bit of the original trilogy myself. So that was pretty fun.
and
Um
Goku just dropped this weekend, and it was a disaster. Apparently, didn't make very much. It came in, it's like the lowest
It
Star
didn't
Wars or
make very
something.
much. Right. It got good reviews, but it's because the only people who went to see it are the people who have been following along, which is
Yeah, a lot
fewer
of
and fewer
shills.
people as it went along.
Yeah,
Right.
the
Well,
my
shills,
corner
sure.
of the internet, all took turns shitting on it, and I watched like three of them. All all three different takes of people shitting on it. But yeah, it's unfortunate, but who knows? There's some excitement because they're going to bring it back. Hayden Christensen is or did I say his name right? But he's going to be
Yep.
Anakin. They're
As
bringing back.
Anakin.
They're doing some Vader stuff. But my only problem is I don't trust the writers. Meaning, I think it'll look really cool. But I don't
Trust,
know.
yeah, the
Is he going to
minds
trade?
behind it.
Yeah, is he going to trade in the mine suit for or the black suit for a rainbow suit? I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do to him, my boy. I don't know what they're going to do to
Look how they massacred my boy. Wow. All right, so let's get into speaking of really bright minds. We're really going to be covering a lot of Hasan Piker got served with the subpoena for some documents over what was it over the weekend? Was it Saturday, Sunday?
Yeah, well,
When
it
was this
dropped
even?
Saturday, and I didn't think it was a big
Saturday
deal
night.
at first. Yeah, I mean, it was just subpoenas. So when I first read, I just read the. We're going to go ahead
Actually,
and
let me
start with the
even.
Fox News article. Yeah,
Yeah, I'll pull up the article even.
and that
Yeah,
was what was
go ahead.
passing around. And my first instinct
Right, let
was,
me find it.
and this is really a big bunch of nothing. But let's go ahead and dive in because everybody else is.
And we wanted to at least give it the service of reading the actual fucking story. So federal officials serve subpoenas to the Marxist political influencer Hassan Piker and Code Pink co-founder Susan Medea Benjamin. As part of a wider investigation, Piker and Benjamin are among those caught in a federal inquiry, which I think is interesting. Caught in an inquiry into whether activists traveled into Cuba in March, whether they violated U.S. sanction laws through financing, coordination, and delivery of goods to Cuba, potential contacts with the Cuban government personnel or entities on the island, and the subpoenas were sent to the pair by the Treasury Department's OFAC, Office of Foreign Assets Control. OFAC.
Oh, fact.
Administrative subpoenas or the RFI requests for information seek financial, logistical, and communication informations revolving around the trips that the two widely bragged about making to the island nation. So that's the actual like facts of everything. If you saw it on PBS NewsHour, that's all they say. They'd fucking move on because there's not really a whole lot of like facts beyond what we
Yep.
know about these organizations, right?
That's
And a
that's the
lot of
only
that will
thing.
actually be covered in our takes. But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, about to say this is everything we have officially. Everything else you're hearing is all conjecture and what people think is going to happen. Pulling up the codes with their your favorite AI, and going, oh, 10 years,
Saying
million
based
dollars.
on right, based on for previous court cases that reflect a certain percent of likelihood, blah 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 blah. Yeah, people are gonna do whatever AI bullshit. But where is it that it's like it's 40 people, right? Because I've read this back on Saturday. Yeah, it's investigation. OFAC is part of a broader dragnet that includes as many as 40 American citizens who joined foreign nationals, including a controversial, was it Brazil activist Tiago Avila. So
Yeah.
it's again, everyone wants to act like Hassan's about to be thrown in a gulag. It's a subpoena for documents about how much of this coordination is up with like Code Pink and the who's the billionaire? What's his name? Singham?
Yeah, Singham, Neville Singham, I believe. And
Yes, Neville.
actually,
I forgot first name.
OPAC is right now. It's just they want the finances to see if they spent any money that they weren't supposed to spend, because it's super strict. When you're going to
Right.
Cuba, it's extremely strict on where your money goes. So as long as he has all the documentation, then he's there. This charge or whatever this is, unless there's some superseding stuff down the road. But just for this, as long as he's got all his receipts, this ain't right now. It's just drama,
Well,
in
my
my opinion.
takeaway, honestly, any like legitimate investigation would be looking more into like the Code Pink connections to Singham, right? And we'll get into as we kind of play. But the first
Yep.
thing we're going to go over is kind of Hassan. Everyone's kind of seen clips. At least we want to get in Hassan's words. At least we'll get his
Yeah.
takes
Since
on
our whole
shit.
thing
So
is takes on takes, we'll do a take
we got to
on the
give the
people's
man some
take.
time. Yeah, exactly. We got to start with his take.
Now we
Let me
didn't get a
pull it
chance to
up.
coordinate. Who are we going to go ahead and visit and watch, explaining what's going on?
We're gonna try to fit in as much as we fucking can.
All
I'm
right,
trying to think of
because you
who
want to go.
all.
Oh
I've
man,
got
everyone.
like some the Young Turks because I mean his uncle. We got to get
Mhm.
his take on it. We got Patrick Bet David. We've got Breaking Points. Some Asmondgold. We have to get Asmondgold. Um, Hassan himself reacts to Destiny and a lot of like kind of the Twitter shit lib kind of corner of everything. Ben Shapiro, maybe Nux. If you know time pending, you know, we'll try to get into a whole bunch of shit. But
All right, let's rock and roll then.
yeah, let's rock with at least his take
The other
on
hand,
it.
got a text message, or rather a voicemail, from a Fox News.
I am gonna have to slow this back down. I have to get all these clips, these timestamps at a crazy speed, and I am just for the audience's sake gonna speed this up just a tiny bit. I know a lot of y'all speed shit up on your own anyway, so I don't want to make it sound too chipmunky at the bottom of all this, but gotta give it some.
Producer saying that I had been subpoenaed by the federal government. And I was like, that's strange. Asking for comment. And before I could even respond to the journalist, an article materialized on the timeline. But let's just say that kind of fucked my whole night up. I mean, it's bullshit, but still not great that they're after your boy. They're up my ass. Great timing. The timing since the interview yesterday is crazy, though. Yeah, it's. I saw a lot of like weird suspicions that oh, this is because of Elon Musk. Guys, that's not how this works. Getting a subpoena from the federal government, that takes time. It's an administrative warrant, not dissimilar to the ones that ICE uses. So there's technically no real authority backing it, from what I understand. But we'll obviously, I haven't gotten anything yet, so I don't know. I don't know anything. This is a long term process. So this is not new. No, it's not a congressional subpoena. It's from the DOJ and the Treasury. Hope you're lawyered up. Yes, I'll get lawyered up. Don't worry. Do not talk about what's going on before talking to a lawyer. I mean, there's nothing. I haven't, guys. I have not had anything happen to me yet. Like technically, nothing has happened to me. It's just Fox News is saying things are happening to me. And it's not like there's anything that I've done. But the unfortunate reality here is you don't really have to do anything for this government to decide that they want to do something with you. Let's get started. So I'm hit in the face with
Pause
this
for a
text
moment.
message or this.
I just wanted to clarify that statement. There's nothing that you can do if any government wants to do something to you. I just want to.
Authority of the government. Yeah, it's kind of how subpoenas work. But
I
it's
just
how
number
how can
two.
I contextualize? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
How is he
yeah.
going to spin that? And number
No,
two,
just,
what?
oh yeah, just number two is just anyone can use the government as a lever for power, and it just so that my point was this is a power the government has. Now, I'm sorry, I don't recall from the news story. What was the source for the story? Was it an anonymous source? Was it
Yeah, hold on. Let me go up.
was it a
Fox News has
filing?
learned. It just says Fox News has learned.
Oh no. Oh no! If this whole thing's based on some fake news shit, because I have not seen anything official come out from anything official.
And that's going to be part of, I'm pretty sure, both Jenk and Breaking Point's talking points are going to be part of, like, is this all just narrative? Is this completely just spin that they're going to? Yeah,
But
it's all is.
I don't
How
trust
much? Yeah, I was
anonymous
going to say,
sources, friend or foe. I don't trust anonymous sources.
should we do our takes for? What's your take on this whole thing? Like, have you how much time have you looked into this subpoena?
Okay, if
Because
it's
everyone,
real,
Mhm.
if they're looking into, because he said a couple of things
Yeah,
on stream back in March about
I
peppering
believe
people
it.
with
It would
money.
be real.
Okay,
Mhm.
under the
I
assumption
agree.
that it's real, because again, man, I ain't seen nothing official, and I don't trust anonymous. We have learned. I don't. It's like according to people familiar with. I just hate wording like that in their games. But anyway, let's make the assumption that it's real. I think that the target who they're looking to trap up is the whole ecosystem that he was going with, the Code Pink people, and and all the way up to Singham. I think that's, if it's legit, that's the target. And like I said, OPEC is all about what you spent there. So everyone talking about, well, they went from Manafort and Farah, blah 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 blah. That's not the group that's going after him. The group going after him is about his spending. Where did he give money to a sanctioned government in some form?
Financing, coordination, and the delivery of goods. Right.
Yes, yes.
It's. I do believe, honestly, the veracity of the reporting. Here's where I'm coming from as a shit lib, where I'm like, Fox News is like actual,
Yeah, they're
like
establishment media. Yes.
publishing report. Yeah, exactly. It still has some credibility in my eye that I don't believe that this would be based on nothing. It isn't necessarily based on a very strong case, but that doesn't mean I don't think that there isn't something going on that I believe at this point. Maybe he has been. He gets into the fact that he hasn't actually been served with
Yeah.
all this in
It
more
just
detail, I think, and a gun
Hasan
check and all
Piker
that.
is not in any of Donald Trump's target list. He has never appeared. Again, I told you, even among the MAGA base, we hardly pay attention to him.
I
The younger
really
crew
think it would
does.
be Singham, right? I really think the point would
Yes.
be to be able to, yeah, make these connections that they're not supposed to have from a foreign right. Yeah, I would think there would be a target beyond Hassan. It being subpoenaed doesn't even mean you're the target of the investigation.
Well,
Like
it's a collection of
I don't know. Well,
information. Yeah, and we don't know anything
mm,
about the investigation at all. We know nothing about it.
which to what Hassan might touch on, if you try to reach out for contact and immediately report it anyway without really necessarily giving them some reasonable time frame to react, and if it isn't even something that you've been served with yet, is this all narrative? Is this all spin? But we'll let him hit on
This
that.
voicemail rather from Fox News producer, and it's a little bit alarming. It's a little bit shocking. I'm like, what's going on? Like, what do you? I'm a little bit confused because I'm like, why does Fox News know about something that apparently is going on in my life that I didn't know about? Right? Yeah, the very same reason why Fox News got this story before anyone else, and the very same reason why the suspicions within the subpoena, according to Fox News, are ridiculous, is because this is very clearly another intimidation tactic from the American government. It is a way to silence dissent. It's a way to actively tie up activists, dissidents alike. It's a way to try to have a chilling effect on speech. And some people, it seems, some likely and some unlikely people have been cheering it on. Fox News, federal officials have served subpoenas to Marxist political influencer Hasan Piker and Code Pink co-founder Susan Medea Benjamin is a part of a wider investigation into whether U.S. organizations and leaders violated U.S. laws and sanctions in supporting Cuba's communist regime. Fox News Digital has learned. Now, very clearly, they leaked this story to Fox News ahead of time because it's an intimidation operation. It's not a serious investigation into serious misconduct or anything. It's just a way to prod and intimidate and tie people up with paperwork in a costly legal battle. In any case, Fed subpoena Hasan Piker, Medea Benjamin over Cuba.
He kind of gets reading into bits and pieces of the article
Yeah.
that we went over. And
Yeah,
any more thoughts on kind of how he was summing that up?
yeah, he's happy to play the martyr. But even though we're not even sure if he's being martyred, but he's ready. They're coming for your boy and all that. And yeah, again,
They
it's
coming for him.
yeah. Again, I don't see him very high. I my gut is screaming this is much ado about nothing, but I know the whole world's talking about it, so we got to join in. But it's just good dogpiling, a little dogpile. Like I said, MAGA isn't on the dogpile now. We all know who Hasan is now. We're all following it now, just like everybody else. Even
Even
it's all
Fox News has someone covering his stream like 24/7 at this point.
yeah, it reminds me so much of the Elon thing. It's all like ethereal. There's nothing tangible I can grasp onto.
Ethereal aura, bro. He's got aura. That's what you're talking about. You're talking about his motion, bro.
Yeah.
It's vibrant based. The dude's
Yeah.
entertaining.
Yeah.
I do think it's also kind of a side point. It's interesting early on in that, like, overall what I know piece of this clip, a lot of the chat was like blurred out for a bit, and then it comes back into focus later. I think it's very interesting that I'm assuming this is some editor of his or whatever, probably knows certain points in the chat where he's like, oh fuck, I don't want that being in the bigger, put that timestamp down so I can blur out the chat when they said something really fucking terrible.
Oh yeah, I wasn't paying attention. That interesting.
Just yeah, again, when we're breaking down takes, that's the kind of thing I want to, because that's I think would probably happen with all sorts of motherfuckers, is where they're selectively editing or trying to omit their chat in certain points with like just framing or whatever. But I got a couple different timestamps in this shit, again, to get more of his
Mind
view.
U.S. national security interests. Ken Klippenstein believes that this is a tie into the what is it? NSPM7, the whole counterterrorism initiative that they have. According to the American government, it's actually terrorism to be anti-fascist. It's terrorism to be anti-capitalist. And now I guess it's terrorism to send humanitarian aid, to deliver humanitarian aid to an island nation that we have starved and caused tremendous suffering to. Incredible. I mean, what can you say? It's just pure evil, I guess. According to a Fox News digital investigation, Singham has pumped $278 million into nonprofit groups that have pushed pro-China, pro-Cuba, anti-U.S. narratives and street protests for almost a decade since his marriage in February 2017 to Code Pink co-founder Jody Evans, who's also being investigated for her role in the March trip. Code Pink received $1.3 million from Singham after he married Evans. This is Jody Evans, who I took a photo with. They love this photo for some reason. I don't know why. She's one of the...
I'm going to guess because maybe she really is the main target of the investigation and who they're going to pin you to through guilt by association.
And he's the face. He's the grab of the story. No, Hasan Piker, the story is
right.
They're like, Code Pink Lady.
Mm-hmm. Right. That's not a story. It's Code Pink Lady who has this connection to Singham.
I don't even know her name. He just read her name and she's Code Pink Lady. It's
Hasan and Code Pink Lady. There's another bit here. Hold up. Before we get into him kind of getting to the takes on
Bro,
takes.
They don't have money. With what money? Have $1 billion.
Yeah,
this is why it's this is why it's insane, but also kind of funny in a weird way. Whenever people are like, "Oh, I bet you're getting paid by the Cuban government, bro." They don't have money. With what money? Would it like you?
So this is a great example of like finding the weakest argument against what you're like. Anyone
yeah, that's retarded.
Saying that this right, you literally just talked about Singham being the source of the funding that they're investigating, and he's like, "Bro, how would Cuba afford it?" Like, don't fucking act retarded with me.
And Cuba is a broke nation, but the leaders of Cuba are not broke. They steal 70% of the nation's GNPDP. Asmondgold did a good breakdown of all that. He used AI to break down, how much the regime has. The regime is not broke. But go ahead. Yeah, that's just retarded, dumb. It's just dumb.
One other bit before, again, we're going to get to just his takes on takes. But just other little set dressing bits.
It's almost more fun. It's almost more fun to me watching the people have fun with the story than the story itself. Because again, I just have a problem. There's no meat on this bone. Hell, I don't even know if there's a bone.
Exactly. We have so
I,
little to
I'm
all we
smelling.
can do is hit these takes.
Yeah, I'm smelling something from the kitchen on this story. I haven't even seen, I haven't seen anything yet.
Right? What is there something cooking? Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
know.
The federal government got clickbaited by Twitter headlines. Federal government targeting people because they mobilize activists, sow discord, and normalize rhetoric, as suggested here, would be a blatant violation of the First Amendment. So yeah, not only is this this is very clearly a First Amendment violation, and I don't know if this is the one that breaks the dam, where they just like try to figure out trumped up charges to like actively prosecute people who've done nothing wrong, mind you.
Really interesting. So he's kind of speculating there. I'm wondering if this is kind of the one that breaks the dam. The framing there seems to be this is really when the Trump administration starts weaponizing the DOJ in the most unseemly fashion, seems to be my take on what he's trying to say there. When we've already had, have you seen the clip of Hasan celebrating Adam Schiff getting charged? Or that there might be litigation. I forget what the story even was. Have you seen that
Yeah,
clip?
yeah. That was yeah. That's been being passed around recently. Yes.
Yes, okay. And you've seen it in its entirety, not just like a 10-second bit, but like the full, it's like a minute and a half of him being like, oh my God, yes, charge that motherfucker. Like he's really getting stoked up and excited about it. There's been like the Fannie Willis litigation. We've seen James Comey get indicted for a picture of seashells. The fact that he's presenting this as like and a lot of people on like far left Twitter have been going, first they came for the socialist bro. First they came for the bureaucratic fucking libtards, and y'all
Yeah.
did fucking nothing but celebrate. So I'm sorry. On my personal note, I'm like, fuck this motherfucker when he starts hitting this fucking bullshit.
I can't wait to get to Asmondgold, because Asmondgold's take about everyone hates you, Hassan. So like, they're gonna
Kind
come
of
for you.
brutal.
Yeah, they're gonna take you, and everyone's gonna clap. Everyone just hates you all over the place.
Right. And I honestly, like, I still don't, like, to me, it's without going into like the epic or nothing burger, everything has to be incredible. To me, it's like my big complaint with Trump is always like a pushing and inching. It's the incrementalism acceleration. Like he's always trying to push that envelope. And to me,
Mhm.
this isn't Hassan being thrown into the gulag. It's to me, it's the chilling effect is the biggest concern that I would have from here. But I want to let him finish up this minute, and then there's some shit we're gonna skip with like Kaya and him like trying to prove that the shock collar isn't a
Oh
shock
my
collar.
god.
I'm skipping all that.
But they just do this to finally tackle the First Amendment. I don't know. When's the court date? I don't know anything. I don't know anything because I have not received a subpoena. There is no information that I have received. Wasn't most of what you did? Yes, everything we did in Cuba was cleared with the State Department, or not the State Department, the Treasury. This is also coming from that very same regulatory body. This is coming from the Treasury. Treasury is the one that handles sanctions, ridiculous or not. The whole point of this is to get this article out there and to basically tell people like, oh, you got some opinions about the Trump administration. Oh, you wanna aid the starving children that we are starving? The Trump administration is starving. Well, that's illegal now. Okay, we're gonna make that illegal, or at least we're gonna try to make that illegal. The whole point of this is to leak this to Fox News ahead of time to start the process of like threatening people. U.S. law imposes broad restrictions on financial transactions involving.
And then he kind of goes back into that. So that's really did you have something there? Because I think
Oh
I
no,
had a point
just
that's kind of off
I
topic
just
a little
he's
bit.
off. He's reading a lot into it. I don't. I'm just again. If he
Aren't they
was,
all?
yeah. I mean, if they wanted to make a show of it, they would. They would have had a U.S. attorney out of the podium. In other words, it wouldn't have been dropped in the middle of a night on Saturday night. You know what I'm
Saturday night.
saying?
Right. They might already have an indictment ready to go like they did with Comey or whatever. Like it's very much it's legend building. So
Yeah.
that's in wrestling, and Trump does this very well as at the same token because he knows wrestling. You can't shit on the person who if you're the top dog, whoever the next contender is, you can't make him a shit show because there needs to be some sort of drama, right? So you always have to build him up like it, and that's what builds you up. That's what makes you top dog, and what would put him over if you do let that younger person win. So he's very much building up his own legend in that regard, which is smart because we live in that world, unfortunately, where everything is fucking
Yeah,
wrestling. But I
I
also
am
really love
eagerly.
again. Oh,
Oh
good.
no, I was gonna say I am
Good.
eagerly awaiting the first physical, real thing we get out of this whole thing. That's my main thing. I just want to see something real.
If we get anything, it'll be months away. Like it's again, I really think like it's a Code Pink thing, if anything. But I really like, and this is something that has become just ever present in political discourse right now is I mean, like it. So it's a crime to go feed starving children.
Yeah,
It's the
the
same thing you
framing.
can do with January 6th. Is like, so it's a crime to go protest outside of the Capitol. Like that, is that what people
Yeah,
are complaining about? Is
it.
bringing food? Is that the thing that you would think that it's going to be complained about? Like it so dishonest on the framing. Yeah,
I do hope we cover
really fucks with me.
Asmongold because he did a real good job of talking about the framing, and
We can
that's
hit his
exactly.
next because what I think is really fascinating with those two is they're managed by the same person.
Yeah.
Um, I I I feel like they force each other up on the algorithms very well. They are
Well, I
I don't
sent
know.
you that
I
video
need to
from
work
way
on
back
that.
in the day, from like 7 years ago, when they weren't all enemies, and on the same panel
Right.
you had Asmongold, Sargon, Destiny, Hassan, and some other dude. I don't know who the other guy was, but yeah, I mean it, and they were all friendly or whatever. This was back before they had their clout, or they were just gaining their clout. So yeah, they've
Feel it.
come from the same source. They've sprung from the same well.
So we're gonna skip some of this Kaya bullshit. This is a bit that I thought was really interesting. The way sometimes everything needs to come around again to the bigger question, if you know what I mean. We'll play and see if you pick up on it.
Representative Dan Crenshaw, Navy SEAL veteran who lost an eye in Afghanistan. More recently, critics, including Representative Richie Torres, by the way, shouts out to all the Democrats who are up my ass and have been up my ass, the Israel First Democrats. Thank you. You are giving ample, you're giving ample permission. You're giving ample permission to the fascists that want to take away not just my rights, but your rights as well. So see you in the camps, I guess. You know, more recently, critics, including Representative Richie Torres, have accused Piker of amplifying anti-Semitic rhetoric after October 7, while Piker has denied anti-Semitism and said his criticism is aimed at Israel, not Jews. Piker, Benjamin Singham, Evans, and Code Pink did not respond to requests for comment. Yeah, it's because you literally sent me a request for comment and then immediately published. Not to say that I would probably give Fox News a comment anyway, but according to sources, the Office of Foreign Assets Control is also investigating Code Pink's DC coordinator, Olivia DiNucci, a former Division I basketball star from Emerson College in Boston. Her unassuming girl-next-door persona often gains her entry into coveted spaces, and then she disrupts with loud theatrics. She joined a convoy led by the Brazilian activist Avila. A lot of this, by the way, does still have a lot to do with Israel. It's not just about Cuba, but it's also about Israel as well. Yeah. The Office of Foreign Assets Control can impose civil penalties under a strict.
Why? How? Where did that come from? And also remember, a lot of this has to do with Israel. What?
Sure.
Where did that come from? What are we talking about? I don't know. I hate to throw the accusation out there, but when everything's about Israel, come on now, Hassan. I feel like you've seen the Wojak that's like pointing at it's like an alligator connect the dots, but it's a Star of David instead of the alligator being drawn in. He's like, oh, it's Israel. Because that one's really fucking retarded. I don't know what that's all about. And then now we finally have his takes on takes on takes. And then yeah, Asmongold's gonna come up next. But he'll kind of hit. I think Destiny is right away.
All
on
of my
his little
sweatiest
shit list.
ops are also having a field day with this, apparently. Reminder that red shirts and brown shirts going at it is actually super beneficial for libs and democracy, and it would be the stupidest thing in the universe for libs to intervene. To which Cuss says, this is just explicitly, first they came for the communists, by the way. Literally, there is a very famous poem by a German Lutheran pastor that starts with, first they came for the communists, and I did not speak out, for I was not a communist. Then they came for the socialists, and I did not speak out, for I was not a socialist. Then they came for the trade unionists, and I did not speak out because I was not a trade unionist. Then they came for the Jews, and I did not speak out because I was not a Jew. And then they came for me, and there was no one left to speak out for me. That's literally the major takeaway, is that it doesn't stop and end with your perceived ideological enemies, which I shouldn't even be your ideological enemy. If you are a liberal and this is a fascist administration, this is your opportunity. This is your moment to buck up, to nut up, or shut up. This is your opportunity to say, it's gone too far. Maybe I'm not the biggest fan of Hasan. We have our disagreements, but this is unbelievable. This is ridiculous. This is madness. And yet these guys don't comprehend exactly what's happening. They don't understand what's taking.
But again, the counter. Oh, go ahead. Yeah, what you got?
Oh no! My only comment was I find it hysterical that people that hate Trump with a passion are still shitting on Hasan. In other words, he is right. I mean, you have the Bulwark talking about Candace being the next president. You've got Hunter Biden showing up on Candace Owens' show. As long as you hate Trump, Trump, anything goes. Okay. Anything goes. But Hasan, we hate Hasan much.
Do you think the Bulwark is giving Candace like a stamp of approval when they say
no? They're
MAGA people in our focus group say they really like Candace Owens. Like that feels like a real shitty reframing of maybe some news you wouldn't want to hear from a focus group. But I don't know.
Yeah, but no, but it's not supported by anything. It's totally MAGA just killed.
You can say that, but to represent it the way that you did doesn't even feel like what she was saying.
So you didn't like how I framed it. But I mean,
it felt like you were saying, well, hey, Bulwark's out here saying, hey, as long as you're against Orange Man, you know what I mean? Like you're giving me that argument when it's literally her saying, hey, when I'm in a focus group,
that's fair. That's fair. I'm just telling you, a lot of people didn't go in and read the article. I happened to, but a lot of people did not go in and read the article. And what it was everyone, seal clapping that the Bulwark here is, talking about Candace Owens being the next president. But yeah, I know the framing was that she found, but I'm saying I hope Democrats aren't trusting those focus groups because
and that's a whole different argument for sure. Yeah, no, I feel you on that one. Yeah, why are we listening to Sarah Longwell is a lot of the argument from the far left is like these are the people who didn't see the Trump takeover coming is who you want to listen to.
These are the ones that are gassing up fucking Tallarico. They think Tallarico has a shot.
I think it's going to be interesting. I think maybe I'm fucking drinking the Kool-Aid on that.
Yeah, you're drinking the Kool-Aid.
Yeah, it could be. Texas, there's nothing us shit libs more, Larry, than drinking the Kool-Aid on maybe Texas.
He's going to get beat worse than Beto. How do you say it? Beto?
You think so? Beto.
Easily.
Beto had the gun. More. Well, no, I could see it. I could see him also getting fucking trounced.
You have a guy claiming to be a Christian saying Jesus is non-binary. What's the other stuff? There are 6 genders.
6 genders fit. There are going to be some clips that are going to make it tough.
Yeah. How do you think this is going to play in your Black and Hispanic constituencies?
I think it matters or depends on how much he makes that a point on the campaign trail. How much the Republicans are successful at painting him as saying this is what he's going to do when he's in office. This is what he's going to fight for when he's in office. Rather than saying, that's politics, bitch. You know what I mean? Like that's going to be the fight. Yeah. That's going to be
people don't use their brains. People use their hearts. People vote with their hearts.
I get
he's a heretic. Yeah. He's like the people he's a heretic. He's like an Arianist in the first generation of Christians. He believes in stuff that is not Christian, and you can call him a Christian all you want, but any Christian that hears him talk is going to be like, yeah, that's not Christianity. For example, he was like
Scotsman.
His latest thing was take it up with St. Paul because he said he used the Galatians quote. Something about the men and women. There is no male or female or whatever. But that whole quote is about Paul talking about there's no Jew or Gentile. It's all about bringing everybody into the body of Christ. It's not talking about the gender of God. It's literal heresy to misuse a quote like that. So anyone who's Christian, anyway, we're off topic. I'm sorry, we're way off topic. We do have to do a midterms. We do have to do a midterms because I'm watching.
We have to do so. This is why I hate that we've missed so much time. We have to do so much, man. There's so much good content that we've missed the opportunity on.
Oh,
okay,
my
let me get Hasan a chance to react to his haters a bit more.
Shape in front of their eyes. They think this is a great opportunity.
Wait, actually, I don't have. Wait, I'm gonna find the shift clip too, because this is kind of my response to what he's trying to throw out here. Is like the you want people to come to your aid as if you're the first domino to fall in this whole chain, when you were laughing at what I would argue were the first dominoes in this increasing normalization of a weaponization of the Justice Department. But I'll let him go while I try to find that.
I don't even think those
attack.
Oh, I was saying, I don't even think those charges were brought against Schiff. They were talk of it, but
right. I don't think they were exactly. You were right. I think Comey right now is and Fannie Willis had, I think, charges brought, right? Or no, not
no. It was Letitia James.
It was Letitia James. It was the New York chick,
those were thrown out of Virginia because the Virginia courts. So they went down to North Carolina and they put in because he did it from the beach at North Carolina. Because Virginia, it's all blue. Virginia is California East. So they went into a different jurisdiction.
Okay. I've seen this guy on Twitter. Hold on. I gotta share a different screen. Hold up.
Yeah, but right now, Comey is the only one who's officially been charged, has been indicted for anything. Oh, and I'm sorry, and Bolton in Maryland. Those are the only two. Everyone else has been rumor and innuendo.
Did I see right that who was someone got their Clapper? Did Clapper get his shit dismissed?
No, it's still going. He's under a grand jury thing. There's no indictment. It's still a grand jury down in St. Pierce, Florida.
Been indicted. Okay.
Yeah, that's tied to all the stuff that's going on in Milwaukee, Fulton. All those cases are dropping all over the country and Arizona, Maricopa County, Arizona. That's all tied to the grand conspiracy that's being right now. It's in the grand jury down in Florida.
I thought it was. I'm going to look more into that. Maybe I've been fed some misinfo from my left point of view.
Yep. Yeah. Right now, there's nothing there.
Yeah, this dude, Chris Cadence, I've seen on Twitter over this past weekend, and a lot of the lefties have been saying this guy is paid by, what's the group I talked about? The Taylor Lorenz was on the Live and Learn, the Shit Lib show.
Okay, I don't remember the name of the group,
I can't remember. But some people are saying this guy, you can't listen to him because he's paid by the Democrats. But when I was trying to find this clip just now, I found it in minutes. So I thank you, Chris, because this is what he had to say when Adam Schiff was. There are reports, at least, of maybe some lawfare coming his way.
Fuck Adam Schiff. Violations. Oh my God, I hope they arrest him. Oh my God, I hope he goes to. Like, I'm fucking memeing.
My God.
But also, I voted for him. Suck my dick.
Well, this is him reacting. Hold on.
Elon Musk is.
I need the actual clip.
Fuck Adam Schiff.
This is going to be takes on takes in a short.
I hope they arrest him. Oh my God, I hope he goes to. Like, I'm fucking memeing. But also, I voted for him. Suck my dick. You know? Oh my God, I hope he goes to prison. Oh, I hate him so much. Oh, fuck yeah. Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, this is political. Sure, I don't care. Lock him up. Like, I'm doing a Trump voice. I'm doing a motherfucking Trump voice. This is your thing?
You hear that, everybody?
See, that's not even the full clip. I'm going to stop sharing this now and try to find the full thing. Because he keeps going, yeah, again, I know it's just Trump going after him. I don't give a fuck. This guy got however many millions from AIPAC or whatever. Like, he was not memeing. He was making it quite clear he wants this motherfucker to go down. Like, come on, don't give me that fucking shit.
And he wonders why everybody hates him.
Yeah, right, why he's a fucking joke. Because, you can't even stand on your fucking principles. He doesn't have principles. Let's get back to this, see if he's got anything left. We're at like 22, 23. Hold on.
This is ridiculous. This is madness. And yet, these guys don't comprehend exactly what's happening. They don't understand what's taking shape in front of their eyes. They think this is a great opportunity to attack their own personal online internet enemies. One-sided beefs half the time. It's crazy. I'm uncommitted to standing with the podcaster Hasan Piker. He has done more than be lesser evil of the two evils against Trump if he wants to earn my support. First of all, this...
Yeah, that's a pretty good meme, right? I'm uncommitted. I'm part of the uncommitted movement on Hasan Piker. You know, this is when I have leverage right now. Rather than after the not election, after the indictment. Right now I need to use my leverage to make sure you come onto my side of the equation and I get something out of you. Fuck this motherfucker. This is why no one came for the socialists, apparently, if this is the first fucking domino. What you got on that?
Yeah, it was just they hate Hasan. They hate you. They didn't come from did the poem start with, and they came from Hasan Piker, and I wasn't Hasan Piker, because that's basically that's where we're at.
Mm-hmm. They came for Hasan Piker, and everyone was like, okay, I'm all right with that.
Yeah.
This is an admission that you would vote for Donald Trump over me. I know you're trying to make a point, a really bad point, regardless. This idea that, like, I deserve to be punished by the Trump administration because you have perceived me engaging in some kind of slight against Kamala Harris when I dared to criticize Kamala Harris's failures in the campaign and warned that she was going to most likely lose. And they're all hitting the same line. I'm uncommitted on Hasan getting subpoenaed. He needs to stop acting like he's the lesser of two evils and instead be the good. Remember, these are all liberals. These are all liberals who claim to hate Trump. This is supposed to be their number one thing. The only thing they're supposed to hate.
But the only thing I'm supposed to hate is Trump. That's all they do is hate Trump, Trump, Trump. No, I mean, I have the principle. I don't like the possible chilling effect, the, again, slow, gradual, what I would consider weaponization. Like, I'm not cheering any of this on, but that's the way all of them have to paint this at the moment, which I think you cheered on just the same, big dog. No, you were literally cheering on Adam Schiff getting, or potentially getting charged.
Yeah, he was literally cheering it on.
Literally cheering it on.
I mean, sure, there are people, I'm trying to think of the big heads. I mean, of course, like Nux was cheering it on. Asmondgold really wasn't like cheering it on. He was more just analytical in his takedown. So was Leaflet, that VTuber. Hers was very Asmongold-ish. She wasn't like cheering it on per se. Just thought it was funny what was happening to Hasan, but not like it's relishing in him possibly going to jail or whatever. I haven't seen as much regular accounts I have, but I'm talking among the talking heads. I haven't seen a whole lot of it.
Regular accounts, not like the political talking heads. I would say like the slop tubers are definitely loving that. Pegasus dude, who I enjoyed the legendary series, however diabolical it might be or whatever. Those are the people who are definitely cheering it on because it's content for fucking days, bro.
It's content. Yeah, Asmongold didn't come and then what? They're farming. This is what people are talking about. This is what's getting clicked. This is the job. This is the world we live in.
Unfortunately, I hate it. That's why you got to subscribe to the Daily Hot Take because no one else can keep track of all this shit. We bring it all together for you.
Yeah, we're here
farming. So let's skip over.
Too.
That's right. Where's Asmongold? I've got him. Bladow. All right. Anything you want to set this up with, or otherwise I'm just going to hit it?
Yeah, no, go ahead and rock and roll.
Cool.
This is how much people hate Hasan. There was a positive post about me on Twitter.
I'm going to make sure it's not too
There was a positive post about me on Twitter comparing to Hasan.
Sure, I know.
I don't know what to say. It's the sign of the end of days. I know. Is this real?
Joking about
this is a photo he took a few years ago.
Reddit thread.
And it's so accurate, though. I guess so.
Twitter, rather.
Hassan bin Laden. That's his new name. Hassan bin Laden. I like that. And Shuan Head read a funny tweet. Let me see if I could find it. I haven't seen that. Make the rich pay. Oh God. And so where is it? There it is. Okay. Let me go back and pull it up. And no, this isn't anything new. I don't think so. This is all the same stuff. I'm pretty sure. And unless it's something I haven't seen before, I have no idea. But I bookmarked it just for stream. Let me see if I can find it. So where is it here? Is this the one I was thinking of? Yeah, it is. This is an actual positive tweet about me. Like, and you have to like understand that like I am one of the prime evils of the world, right? Like, I mean, I'm disgusting, I'm abrasive, I'm mean, I'm vengeful, I'm selfish, I'm open about it. It's not like I even try to hide it. Like, I'm basically like almost every single bad thing that you can be, like you put it all into one thing, it's pretty much me. And so anyway, if I'm being looked at as the good guy here, yeah, I've invented, like, yeah, the 8th deadly sin is just simply being me, right? Being myself. And which are you, Diablo, Mephisto, or Baal? I mean, I'd like to be Mephisto, but probably Baal. But yeah, that's what I would say. And you're pretty normal. Don't give you crap like that. No, it's whatever. So this is what I said. When I was a kid, our lights would turn off, and we would never. Okay, so this is inaccurate. We never had our electricity turned off, but we had our heating turn off. We had our heating turn off and our internet turn off. We always had electricity.
You can jump. Have you had a chance to watch this? You can go ahead and jump a bit because he does a lot of personal stuff there. That's his real bona fides. Dude was real. As someone who is real, I feel his realness.
I know there are bits that I'm going to skip around, but one of my favorite bits from this, it's like an hour long, and at work I get to watch as many fucking clips as I can fit into this motherfucker, especially at 2x speed. But one of the stories he was talking about, his mom, they did the math on like how much more Hershey's chocolate you would get if you just get the chocolate chip like baking chips, and it's Hershey's chocolate, it's like a life hack thing. He's talking about how degenerate it is and all that shit, but that's what makes Asmondgold so much more identifiable from just the random fucking person looking for a streamer to watch all day. He doesn't put on airs,
No,
but yeah, I think around 6 minutes and 11 minutes might be a couple good bits here. Or no, wait, 9 minutes, my bad.
Yeah, just that bit's more about himself than Hasan. So,
do you have certain clips from Twitter for Asmondgold? While I'm playing this bit, go ahead and find on X or Twitter. Yeah, if you have any bookmarks from Asmondgold, or if you can find them quickly of something that you wanted to point out.
But I guess for some people it is, right? I mean, some people it is. I guess. Why didn't endorse Kamala? What is this here?
I've gone through this cycle already. I didn't endorse Kamala Harris. I refuse to do so.
Why?
Okay. Well, here's what's important.
Why would you not do that? Like, I mean, doesn't she agree with like more of your policies than Trump? Wouldn't here's the thing, is like a lot of people died in like custody of ICE. Like ICE killed people. Like they'd be alive if Kamala Harris won. Now maybe different people would be dead, sure, but like the people in America, they'd be alive. They would be. And so really there is no moral high ground that you can have whenever you say that you wouldn't have endorsed Kamala Harris. Now, in my opinion, the only thing I would say I regret not endorsing Trump, but Trump hasn't done it Trump hasn't been bad enough. Like, that's what I'm mad about. Like, they call Trump a fascist, dictator, evil, demon, psychopath. Well, I wish. We're not kidding that.
That's a personal discussion you and I were having. And he's in that 50% I told you about. 50% are happy with Trump right now with what he's doing. I got what I voted for. The other 50% are mad, but they're not mad because what he's doing. They're mad because of what he isn't doing. They want him to be just as bad as the left fears.
This is MAGA, right? I feel like probably even more than 50% of like the MAGA hardcores is what we're talking about. More of an authoritarian. My framing would be authoritarian, who kind of my perception would be.
I swim in those waters, and I can tell you, most of us we understand he doesn't push the judges, like he doesn't outright break what the judges' rulings are, because he knows once it gets up to the Supreme Court will give him more power. So we're just patient. Now, for those with no patience, yeah, they're the ones who want to burn it all down and go full Andrew Jackson.
Push.
Yeah. We're patient. Like the tariff thing. He lost on the tariff case, but he also won because it justified that he can drop an embargo on anyone he wants. And all he had to do was move the tariffs into other rules.
Precedent set almost pushes the norm to a new level of executive authority, right?
Executive authority, yeah.
that,
So
in my view, would be
the
him
Supreme Court,
pushing that envelope further and further.
so the
But yeah,
Supreme Court said
yeah.
you cannot put the tariffs under this legislation, but if you want to full embargo a country, you can do it now. That's what they told him. So just put that's in his back pocket in the future. Remember that. It may become a thing.
There are too many things like that to remember is my problem.
Yep.
I like, though, Asmondgold so easily points out what so many liberals and in the true Asmondgold matter-of-fact fashion saying, why would you not just vote for Kamala then? If you are this person who is saying it's right to close ranks because something is so important that even if we have our differences, our squabbles, it's important to keep our eyes on the bigger goal, but not when it's Kamala getting elected or maybe Schiff or Comey or all this other lawfare that might be going on. Only when it targets your boy.
And it's just dumb. Do you want to at least get 10% of what you want? I mean, as a MAGA, I wouldn't vote for a Democrat. I'll vote for the squishiest Republican. Well, almost the squishiest Republican. But like I said, now we're destroying the establishment. But before, I still probably would have supported squishy, like Lindsey Graham. Lindsey Graham is the squishiest neo. That guy bends.
When the time comes, they'll vote for the thing. Yep,
they'll vote for the thing. They squish. So, whatever. And now, I didn't vote in the Romney election, but I preferred Romney over Obama, even though I knew Obama was going to win. But I still, Romney's closer. Romney, he would have given me hardly anything I wanted. But at least he wouldn't have actively done things that I in my political philosophy don't support. So I'm sure someone still support Romney, even though I didn't hate Romney. I didn't like Romney. I thought he was pretty much a Democrat. I thought that guy was as purple as a red candidate could be. So he's right. I mean, you may not like anything about Kamala or anything, but Kamala is still closer to what you want than Trump.
And which is also, at the end of the day, like, I joke and meme about the, and I only like half meme about the, this is when I have my leverage. Are you willing to help capitulate and get the most lazy, boring ass, moderate, blue no matter who kind of establishment candidate elected if I am going to close ranks with you? Because I don't agree. I don't know. There's arguments to be made for all this shit, but man, Hasan, you make it so hard to fucking come to your defense, man, in every way possible. You make it just as difficult as you.
Bad enough. Like, that's what I'm mad about. Like, they call Trump a fascist, dictator, evil, demon, psychopath. Well, I wish that we're not getting that way. I thought I was promised a dictator, and I'm just getting another politician. I'm fucking mad. I want my fucking money back. This is ridiculous.
Larry, when the election ended and we were hanging out again and we're starting to be on better terms, what was I was saying that the Democratic Party should have ran on is like, well, Trump isn't an authority. They should have ran on. He's like a regular politician. He's not going to be able to follow through on all these things. Even if they believed he was the threat that he is, in the way that I think he's a fairly substantial threat, why would you not run on he's making all these promises? There's no way he can follow through on all this shit.
This is a big point that Nuts points, and he's right. Trump is a boomer. Trump is an old school 20th century minded politician. He's more edgy. Yes. He's got a Gen X edge to him. He's a Gen X guy. He's our candidate, but he is a boomer. The next right-wing guy who comes along will have the edge. Yikes. The next right-wing guy that comes along will be the guy that, but you've already cried wolf.
Looking forward to it. Yeah, it's not as if Fox News and Glenn Beck weren't crying wolf about the socialist terrorist threat of Obama, or that before that the liberals weren't crying wolf with the
George Bush
fascist blood for oil. They faked 9/11 possibly. Right, exactly. It's not like there hasn't been a growing gradual increase in this rhetoric of like
slippery
you've
slope.
You've got to other those people.
And there was a time in politics. I remember when it wasn't that way. Reagan 1 and Reagan 2. Yeah, and even Clinton years, it wasn't like that. Like they didn't dump on each other nowhere near as much. It didn't get until 2001 was when the switch flipped with the election of George Bush. That's when politics became blood sport. I mean, that we know it today. And as you mentioned, got worse and worse and worse. Now it's pure power grab. Pure power grab.
Because of gridlock, because people are so pissed off with nothing actually move or the increments getting smaller and smaller as that gridlock has happened. People want authoritarianism. I think about 11, just a little bit of a skip here.
He didn't want to have a black person in the White House. I remember this was a thing with Obama too. Yeah, there's a lot of conversation about this. It must have been it, right? I mean, like, no, I get it. Yeah, sure, definitely get it.
Yelled at me, saying I was a Bernie bro. And if you ask them why back then, they would say it's because you weren't excited enough.
Wasn't excited?
In your endorsement of Hillary Clinton or Joseph Robinette Brandon. So it's actually not about endorsements.
It's obviously about endorsements. You refuse to endorse a person who, based off of your own ideology, is a greater lesser of two evils, like a tremendous lesser of two evils with Kamala Harris.
And liberals very often make the criticism specifically about not giving a full-throated endorsement. Like, that is what a lot of the criticism has been from.
I'll be honest, though, if we ever get big and we get the big audience and all that, I don't see me throwing out endorsements. Even if if I like someone, I'll be like, I like what he's doing. I like this. Even Trump. I like Trump. I don't know if I would come out and say, and I full-throat endorse Trump. I just.
You know why, though, Larry? We're presenting all this as if we are an entertainment show, not as if we provide some really good insight into how to look politically while also giving you some fun stuff to watch, audience. Chime in, chat. Like, we do present it as like we're just looking at takes here. We're trying to compare people and be like, what's everyone talking about?
Has an endorsement from anyone ever swayed you? Can you think? You think?
It has a bigger sway more than ever, like in the primary. And because it's usually in an infighting sense, it happens when you're trying to solidify the get out the vote amongst your base. So it does. But in a general matter in edge instances, but generally, and in the general election specifically, it's smaller and smaller. I think.
Yeah, I don't know.
The argument can be made. It's beyond just saying, hey, I really do endorse her. It's just how often he would say Holocaust Harris or tell someone else, no, you should definitely let him know I'm not going to endorse blah, blah, blah. And we'd be in the same exact situation. Like, that's afterwards. But he has said before, their Israel-Palestine policies are going to be matching one for one. Like, he said all those things before.
Yeah, my argument, though, is how much of Hasan's audience is sitting in small town Wisconsin? How much of Hasan's? I mean, you know what I'm saying? Does his endorse? It's going to pull. It might change. It might convince his endorsement. Might convince someone sitting in New York City, Miami, L.A. You know what I'm saying? But I just don't see it pulling out in big numbers in rural Georgia.
Yeah, in like the places where it really matters.
I think
it's when you're working on the margins, and so many of those swing states have like a deciding factor that, depending on the election year, is so small. It's possible some of that is sneaking in. It's, again, to me, more than even you didn't full-throated endorse her. It's you don't present her positively in your coverage, so that might deflate turnout. What I would argue, and Hasan followers have argued, there was a poll on election day, who did you vote for in Hasan's stream, and it was 80% of all of his followers, if that is a good representative sample, voted for Kamala. So I mean, there's an argument to be made, 20%. Yep, exactly. Endorsement, no endorsement.
Didn't matter.
80% of his audience said, yeah, I'll still pull the lever for her. To me, what isn't spoken in that stat is, did you not go to the polls because it's Kamala? But, it wasn't scientific or whatever. It's just...
Yeah, no, you have no idea what... Yeah, I get what you're saying. But, I mean, even amongst that sample, however retarded it is or however small or whatever, among that sample, it also shows that the endorsement, they still did what they wanted to do. Again, I have trust in the individual. I just do. I trust I don't think people are stupid. The Democrats are real big. Well, just our messaging. It's all about messaging. The messaging. I think I trust people. I told you that once a long ago. If the mob chooses communism, I trust the mob. Now, I may disagree with it, but I populist day,
I feel you. Yeah, no, it's fascinating. All right, hold on. We'll
I'm
let
a
Way that you can
populist.
justify your
I'm a populist.
Right, populism, not slopulism, right, kids?
Well, actually,
Gotta
my
learn the difference out here.
character is the Lord of Slop because I love AI. I love playing in AI. So I am the luminarian of Slop. So that's my whole lore.
Slop luminarian. Wow,
Yeah.
that's terrible. I hate it. Let's get into
policy, and your decision for not doing that is if the only thing that you care about is Israel Palestine, which I think is exactly what that's actually the truth, right? That's the only reason that's his only issue that he cares about. That's why he pushes Muslim identity politics all day. That's why he runs defense for terrorism, Islamic terrorism. This is what he does. And so anyway, you have all these things happen, and it becomes very evident that Hasan does not have the best interest of the American people in mind. He does not. Just it's that simple. He cares about voting for the best interests of foreign countries. So in a lot of ways, he's the exact same as these Israel lobby people. He's the exact same as AIPAC. Like, you have somebody who basically is saying that, well, let's vote in this way because it's beneficial for Israel. Well, what's the difference between saying that and let's vote in this way because it's beneficial for Palestine? I mean, at the same time, like, both of these things are like foreign issues that have nothing to do with the American people. So I mean, I really think that's it.
Voting at all, because if they actually sincerely were worried about the pain that Trump is causing, as I was, and I still am.
Well, then if you're worried about the pain that he's causing, why didn't you endorse Kamala? This is a completely, like, the thing is with this is that this is why every liberal should resent Hasan. It's because he's trying to co-opt and take over your movement with a fringe identity politics movement that is comprised primarily of foreign actors and non-Americans. And they're doing so for a racial and a religious and ethnic reason. They're trying to take over the Democratic Party. They're trying to use their wedge identity politics and Muslim identity politics to drive Democratic policy. And they don't care about the average American. To the extent that they care about free healthcare for all or anything else, this is just a means to the actual ends, which is establishing a larger demographic of those people. And free healthcare is just simply a way that enables that. So they don't want free healthcare as an ends, they want it as a means. And as soon as Democrats and liberals realize this, I think that they'll realize how much of an existential threat this ideology is to everybody else.
Okay,
and to
pause.
them. It's actually more...
Because I actually have a difference of opinion with Asmondgold here. I think he's doing what Hasan was doing earlier. He's reading a whole lot into there. And also treating the Democrats as a monolith in that way. Now, I will say that the Hamas wing, I don't know what you want to call that wing of that very, again, my whole Israel, Palestine, I don't give a fuck. I don't give money to nobody. I'm just sick of it. You know what I mean? I don't care what they do to each other at this point. They've been fighting for 1,000 years. I'm over it. Get the fuck out. I don't care. I don't care. You know the meme with the Tommy Lee Jones and the fugitive? I don't care.
Dude. That's going to be a running theme on our fucking show, bro. We need to get a two-headed, me and your fucking VTuber guy, like a two-headed monster on Tommy Lee. I don't care. I'm not a Nazi. I'm not a blah, blah, blah. I don't care. We're just covering the takes, bro.
Now, as far as the far left is where the energy is in the Democratic Party. That is where that is your MAGA. I
feel like we just need to be able to separate the economic populism from the anti-war is how they're wrapping it. I would definitely call it, like, it's the lefties is the most I guess acceptable way to put it, but it's the tankies. Anyone who's in favor of China taking over Taiwan, they don't care about Russia's war on Ukraine. They think South Korea really should just unify with North Korea. All those motherfuckers, you're okay with, like, single party rule over all these motherfucking places. You're a tanky. You're okay with just force through rule through force rather than, like, any kind of liberal basis that is
Yeah.
underlying our fucking country. So you're a tanky.
And it's
is
a
what I
very,
want to call them.
it's got a strong hate America vibe because all it is just shitting on America allies. They're seen
And
as
it's
America
literally
allies.
right. You can boil it down to anything America does is bad.
Yeah.
Therefore, anything that's done against America is good. There is no morality beyond that for
Yeah.
these tankies. Like,
But anyway, I just want to disagree with them. But I do think, I mean, they definitely are. They definitely have different goals than the establishment DNC, and they definitely want to get more power within the party. And we'll see how it works in midterms. It's going to be interesting with Plattner up in Maine.
Syed in Michigan.
Syed. I think those 2 seats stay red. I really do. I think it's a bridge too far for your average normie. But that's a gut feeling. I have no evidence for it, and until it happens, this is like predicting the Super Bowl. I think the Chiefs are going to beat the Eagles. And the Eagles.
Hey, there's probably a poly market or a Kalshi bet we can put on this shit, bro.
Those things are worthless.
Yeah, we're not sponsored by them, but if they want to throw a couple of $1,000 our way every month, we'd be open to it. All right.
I would argue that, and I don't know, maybe this is like woke for me to say, but I think we need the Democratic Party. I think that it's been tremendously detrimental that we can't have reasonable, cognizant conversations about, for example, AI, privacy, workers' rights, and the privileges that workers are losing because AI is removing their jobs. We can't have any of these conversations because the left wing has been taken over by Muslim identity politics, trans identity politics, and illegal alien advocacy. Like, we need a strong workers' party. And we don't have that anymore. We don't. And it's been taken over by these people. They've completely, basically poisoned the party with identity politics. They have.
True.
This is counter to what you would hear from a Hasan who says, no, we shouldn't want a strong Republican Party. We should destroy, again, a single party rule over a country is good. Different from like Nux would say. I love that Trump says we should destroy our enemies with his bubbly little anime thing. Like it's Asmondgold, I have a shit ton of disagreements with. There's something to be said for recognizing the value of both of these sides being strong and not being able to be pulled up at the top of the horseshoe.
I'm old enough to remember cooperate. I'm old enough to remember Ronald Reagan working with Tip O'Neill. Right? I'm old enough to remember Bill Clinton working with Newt Gingrich. I'm old enough to remember when they used to work back and forth. Now looking back, it just may have been the uniparty working, so maybe that's going to blow my naive bubble up. Yeah, but I mean, it was a working politics. There wasn't, in other words, the complaint used to be there's no difference between the Democrats and the Republicans, and now we kind of wish, man, I wish they were a lot closer than they are now, because then maybe they would work on shit. It's very funny that we went from the one end to the other end of the grass is always greener,
isn't it? And it's the people on the extreme end of the horseshoe who are more likely, I think, to still believe there's a complete uniparty running everything, because the easy answer then is it's probably Israel and the Zionists who are guiding that, rather than I see the uniparty as, again, the result of that gridlock and those incremental changes getting smaller and smaller and being perceived easier, more and more difficult to be perceived in your everyday life, is my take. Do you have anything Twitter-wise on his takes? This is where I start to, there was one more I know that I wanted to touch on, but unless you got something,
I like you running through the video because I don't have anything I pulled up. I saw him, but I didn't bookmark anything along the way because, like I said, this was kind of a low. We've been all excited. Midterms stuff has been real exciting. So we're MAGA's. This midterms is going to be fantastic. I've never seen this so energized.
I cannot wait to cover this midterm. It's going to be so much fun.
Oh shit! I got to throw it up.
You voted for Trump. I hope you get.
Wait, what did you get?
I got my midterm AI slop. Hold on a second.
No,
I want to see if sound comes out on the stream. You ready? I got to throw it up.
Because when I listened, I can't hear it now.
I'll watch on Playbook. I'll watch on Playback. See if my AI slop, if you could hear it.
I'm
I
pretty
guess-
sure when I listened to the other one, the audience heard that, but I did not on my end of this. That is fucking funny. Yeah, no,
All
the
right.
audience should have heard that. All right, I think there's something about
Get
either
deported
17
or something like that. Yeah, sure. But these are just, I mean, like, are we really going to think that those are all those leftist people, or are those some people that are also the, those are all Democrats, or are some of those leftists too?
Maybe it was right before this.
What is he talking about?
Hold on, please.
They would have demanded that the Harris campaign actually take this shit seriously. Right?
What shit? What shit?
But they don't care. One of the first things that a lot of liberals did on the
The
timeline
end of the
after
world,
Donald Trump
you know.
became president was openly salivating at the prospect of getting their Latino neighbors deported.
No, they didn't. What? What is he talking about? Like, it's true? Who? Like, yeah, there was probably like 5 posts. There was like 5 posts of some person saying, well, if you voted for Trump, I hope you get deported or something like that. Yeah, sure. But these are just, I mean, like, are we really going to think that those are all those leftist people, or are those some people that are also the, those are all Democrats, or are some of those leftists too?
And if you recall back then, what did I say?
Mm-hmm.
I said, this is ridiculous. You are no better than the fascist Republicans if you actually agitate and actively lean in to the deportations regime.
Well, how can you say that they're as bad as them if they're leaning into the deportations regime, but you're not as bad as them when you're leaning into Adam Schiff being arrested? I mean, I don't like this. It's actually crazy how just completely dishonest this is. I mean, you're watching a complete ideology narrative collapse in real time. You are, like, I mean, it's insane.
I feel like that might be the
Fascist Republicans
description
are
of-
implementing. If
Paused.
you are anti-fascist,
Yeah.
I really see. My thing with Hasan is I don't know how ideologically pure he is. In other words, he reminds me a lot of Nick Fuentes. You know, there's no an
Yes.
ideological. Nick is. You can't be a Nazi and then go, I like Stalin too, because they're
Stalin's got
diametrically
aura, bro.
opposing idea. Yeah, they got no. He likes the vibes and the whatever. It's show. It's show. There's no deep intellectual thought there, and he's real good at spitting back Marxist, tenets and talking points. But I just don't know if he I know he doesn't believe them. I know he
Right, I
doesn't
would say
believe
he's
them
more
in how he
consistent.
lives.
Yeah, he's more consistent in the rhetoric, but not in his lifestyle at all. I
Yeah.
think if anything, you would say Fuentes is just more transparent in the fact that he doesn't live up to his shit.
Yeah.
you should not aid and abet the fascist regime.
But you did that. You did that.
Every
You should
lid
oppose it,
is saying,
even if it's someone
"But
that
you
you
did that."
dislike.
you did that.
How do you say this? How there are clips of you not doing that? Oh my!
How is Asmondgold like spirit or channeling the spirit of all the shitlids
God.
out here?
Because it's common sense.
This is
He's just doing
Jesus.
common sense.
Because it's common fucking sense, Hasan. Don't fucking piss on me and tell me it's raining.
Yeah.
Don't get subpoenaed and tell me you're going to the fucking gulag.
He aided them. Yeah, and you also aided them by not supporting Kamala Harris. You did. You helped them too. Like not taking an action. Like like think about it as a trolley problem, right? If you see a trolley going down and there's 100 people on one track and one person on the other track, and it's going to hit the 100 people, and you don't pull the lever, you're responsible for all those 100 people dying. You are. That's the way I see it, because you could have changed it and you chose not to. So that's it. You had the lever, you could have used it, you didn't, and now you're trying to play the moral upper hand. And by the way, I didn't want Kamala to win. Fuck no, I didn't want her to win. Absolutely not.
Even if it's
But I can see where a liberal is coming from, right? I can understand how they think.
even if it's
Not that hard.
victims, are people who you personally believe legitimately played a role in the election of Donald Trump. They were, of course, referencing Latino neighbors that had undocumented
Exactly what you did.
family members who had voted for Donald Trump, and there's plenty of them. I was never your biggest fan of Hassan because I personally don't like how you sometimes flaunt your wealth, but do appreciate chatter. I promise you, I don't flaunt my wealth.
You do when you ride around with like really expensive clothes. If you're going around with shirts that are $1,000, you're flaunting your wealth. That's the only reason why you'd buy something like that. You don't need to buy really expensive clothes like that. There's no like. I mean, I obviously I've had expensive clothes like.
Meanwhile, the Roach King here is worth $1 million when he goes to Walmart to get his underwear. Yeah, he walks.
He's wearing white tees every time. Yeah, right. What kills me, Hassan's in the middle of going on like this diatribe. It's up to you which chats you respond to, Hassan. What the fuck is this? It just makes it so clear that shit gets to him. God, what a fucking
before.
loser.
Like, you're obviously doing that. I mean, what do you mean you don't flaunt your wealth? Like, why are you even saying this? Like, I mean, how many times have, like, you know, you gone out in public and people have, like, seen how much money you've spent on, like, all your clothes? It's like,
I think. Yeah, no, he's dunking on him for wearing expensive.
it was like 10 years ago, because like I haven't really gone and shopped for clothes in like probably like 10 years. Like, I'm not even kidding. But like I got this at the thrift store, right? I did, and
Right,
thrift store. Like,
hold on, it might have been right after. Okay, wait. Because I think he's responding to Nick Fuentes.
But yeah,
to
I'm
get
glad that I have united all of my enemies. Nick Fuentes, again, a person who has been, in his own words, victim to lawfare and political persecution in this country. He's a neo-Nazi who has claimed that he's actually a Democrat now because he wants to punish.
But I've never seen Hassan condemn Nick being criticized or attacked. Has Hassan ever condemned the administration for going after Nick Fuentes? I've never heard a clip of that. I feel like I would have seen a clip of that.
I'm positive he would have cheered it on if there's a clip of him reacting to it at all.
So, like, it's kind of odd. Not once, as far as I know.
Trump because Trump is a servant of Israel, right? Nick Fuentes, if Trump wants to win us back, putting Hasan Piker in prison forever would be a good start. Laura Loomer, who is no friend to Nick Fuentes and also another op of mine. President Trump can unite the entire country by having Hasan Piker arrested. It's his destiny.
It's his destiny. Is it Hassan's destiny to go to jail, or is it Trump's destiny to put Hasan in jail? This is unspecific.
Bro, what happened to our fun community? Now we fighting real politicians? Yes. Interesting to see this weird orbit, this weird coalition coming together.
Because nobody likes you.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
It's not weird. It's actually super, like, it's really reasonable.
You can disagree with Asmondgold all you want, my folks on the left, but this is why he's up in that A to S tier rank when we do our power rankings, because he can hit that matter-of-fact delivery on shit where it's like, we're all looking at this, right? We're all looking at this.
Well, yeah, I mean,
the shit I did.
Who has come out in support of Hasan other than we haven't got to Cenk yet, but other than his own orbiting crew, the Denims and the people in his little circle, has there been any? He shits on everyone. So when he gets targeted or whatever, no one gives a fuck. Plus, again, it doesn't seem real yet.
Right. Yeah, it's going to be interesting as it goes further.
If it becomes something real.
Exactly. If it even becomes something beyond Code Pink getting investigated much more deeply than Hasan being the target of anything. But again, we'll see. Let's go ahead, and I do want to just kind of get a machine gun and some Gatling fire reactions here. This is Patrick Bet David.
Out of nowhere, we get a story. Young streamer, very talented, very capable, good communicator, knows how to rally the youth, but not necessarily towards the positive. Eventually, this is what happened in his streaming. Let me just read the story. Vinny, I'm going to come to you. What page is this one on, Rob? With Hasan Piker?
That's page 13.
All right, let me go to page 13. So he's not getting indicted. The FBI came knocking, right? Is that what happened here? Yeah, federal.
So even in like 25 to 30 seconds, he's while he's finding the story, he didn't get like indicted or anything, right? He just got subpoenaed.
Yeah.
Which people shit on Patrick Bet David. I think he's got like a shady background potentially and how he made a whole bunch of money. I don't know. But I do think it's interesting that he at least goes, what's going on here? He got subpoenaed, right? And that's really the whole story. Everything from here is just like,
yes,
he gets everyone's takes, but it's going to be very top line here.
Subpoena Hasan Piker, Media Benjamin over Cuba trips. Subpoena political streamer Hasan Piker and the Code Pink co-founder Media Benjamin as part of the broader investigation into whether American activists violated U.S. sanctions law while supporting Cuban Communist government. The Treasury Department Office of Foreign Assets Control requested financial, logistical, and communication records tied to March trips to Cuba organized through the Nuestra American Convoy, a coalition communist activists, influencers, and community organizations that deliver supplies to Cuba's ruling Communist Party. The investigation reportedly involves as many as 40 American citizens and forms of a larger federal effort targeting foreign influence operations. Fox News Digital profits promoting pro-China, pro-Cuba, and anti-American reform, and the Venezuelan Brigade authorities investigated Cuban focus on sanctions violations. So anyways, Vinny, how big of a deal is this?
Well, I mean, and again, we have to wait to see everything, but it just, like, the first thing that hit my head was, like, can you imagine being a wannabe, hardcore Marxist revolutionary and Hasan Piker, your Che Guevara, who's constantly bashing America, constantly crapping on capitalism, talking about imperialism, privilege,
this is your moment.
All that, how horrible this country is. Meanwhile, he's a multi-millionaire celebrity inside the very system that he claims to hate. And the second, Pat, the federal government applies a little bit of pressure, he shows his true colors. And you know what it is? He ain't about that life. All right, Rob, if you want to play that that part of him, he's like look how shook he is. Go ahead.
And I'm not going to lie to you guys. It's not great.
Oh no.
The news is not great.
I didn't even think of that, but he's right. This is your moment. This is your Che Guevara moment. This is your brave Marxist, your Les Miserables. This is your, and then he ends up whining.
It's almost as if he doesn't believe he's truly going to be under a whole bunch of fucking pressure.
Yeah,
right, exactly. Yeah. It is quite revealing that it isn't something that he's going to stand on any kind of principle. He's not going to like take on an unjust punishment to prove how unjust the law is. Like, there's no principle that it's based on.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
mean, it's bullshit.
Oh, of course.
But still not great. That
watch free me.
They're after your boy. They're up my ass.
Yeah.
We don't even know that.
To get into it right now.
Watch.
I'll tell you all about it, but let me blast off real quick.
He doesn't even know that at this point, because this is what he just found out about the report. He doesn't know anything, but they're up my ass.
They're up my ass. It's not good for your boy. Yeah.
What did they subpoena? Did they just subpoena your bank your bank records while you were there, or are they coming in and grabbing your computers? I mean, there's a difference between what they're grabbing.
Yeah. Right.
There's a difference.
He hasn't even been subpoenaed, as he goes on to say.
Officially. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, you don't even know.
We will free you, brother. Yeah, free me.
Okay, so by the way, Rob, no revolutionary speech, Pat. No rally cry. No stand firm on principle. Just free me. I can't believe I'm saying that. That's because he's not a revolutionary, okay? He's a champagne socialist.
And I can't believe I'm agreeing with Asmondgold and the Patrick Bet David crew.
Who loves, the aesthetic of a revolution. Like, it sounds good. It's alluring. It's hot. It's sexy, right?
Fake.
But he likes that way more than the actual revolution itself, okay? Che Guevara is probably rolling in his grave right now. Pat, mind you guys, let me remind you guys who Hasan Piker is. This guy said America deserved 9/11. He's doubled down. He's tripled down on. He's talking about all the wars.
And that's where I'm going to switch off to another one in our Gatling gun.
Yeah.
Because then they kind of go off.
Hasan is the Che Guevara, what Disney Star Wars is to real Star Wars, or what the Kurtzman Trek is to real Star Trek. It's these LARPers. It's these people that are inhabiting this image that they have no understanding of, and they aren't that.
Just shadows, really. Okay, now we're going to get Young Turks. We're going to get some defense here because we want to give equal time on the Daily Hot Take. So many angles to come at this from. That's why you got to subscribe to your
And I'm not going to lie to you guys. It's not great.
The end of him.
Not great.
As it appears, he's borrowed.
All right, hold on.
Some might argue that Hasan Piker's biggest crime is it appears he's borrowing his uncle's jacket, but no, it's not Cenk Uyghur's jacket. What Haas is worried about here is a Fox News report that erroneously claimed that Hasan Piker and the Code Pink co-founder Medea Benjamin had been served with federal subpoenas over a recent trip they took to Cuba for humanitarian purposes, which we'll get into in just a minute. But Cenk, has your nephew been served with a federal subpoena?
No, not yet. So we're gonna find out if Fox News is doing this on purpose, and what exactly is that purpose. I have a theory as to why they put out this story when they did, and then there's a surprising twist here with a Democrat attacking Hasan that you might not have expected. So I'm looking forward to that part of the story as well.
So let's get into what Fox News Digital reported, right? And again, I say erroneously because both Medea Benjamin and Hasan Piker have said that they have not been officially served with any subpoena. But nonetheless, Fox News reported that federal officials have served subpoenas to political influencer Hasan Piker and Code Pink co-founder Susan Medea Benjamin as part of a wider investigation into whether US organizations and leaders violated US laws and sanctions in supporting Cuba's communist regime. Piker and Benjamin are among those caught in a federal inquiry into whether activists who traveled to Cuba in March violated US island.
Wait,
to go to Cuba, yes, even note.
I wonder if this is the referral. I know the Congressional Oversight Committee is looking into this whole topic. So I just wonder if this is just them serving, is serving something that was sent out by the committee, the Congressional Committee, the Oversight Committee.
I'm pretty sure, according to the report, it's not a congressional subpoena. It is a.
Well, no, it's a federal committee, but that's how they, like when the J6 committee that the Democrats put on during the they sent all their thing over to DOJ
the committee.
Yeah, they send all their findings over to the DOJ.
About how it works.
Yeah. So the DOJ, because they can't. Congressional has no enforcement. They're not the executive branch. Only the executive branch can do legal work. There's nothing the Congress can't do anything.
But can't you subpoena someone to testify under congressional testimony?
Yeah,
exactly. I think that's all that we know is that it wouldn't be like the whatever Senate committee or whatever.
Yeah. But in order to make actually do something by law, you have to feed it to the DOJ, and the DOJ has to enact.
You have to recommend the charge, exactly. And I'm pretty sure if it's not Young Turks, it's Breaking Point. So it's one of the folks who are kind of defending Hasan a bit. They'll touch on that.
Hey, go Cenk, get after that fake news. Fuck them fuckers. I hate all the fake news. I don't like people lying to me. I don't want you to gaslight me. I don't care if you're on my side. You tell me the truth, even if it's bad news. I'd rather have what I can face. I don't want to be blown up. It's like it drives me crazy. Like when the Democrats are all about, the polls are saying Trump's only at 30% and everybody hates him and all this stuff. The polls didn't lie. Good thing the polls didn't lie to you in 2016 and Hillary Clinton was made president. Good thing the polls didn't lie to you in 2024 and told you that Kamala was going to win Iowa by 3 points.
Even in 2020, they told us Biden was going to win by more than he did. Anytime it's Trump on the ballot, the polls overestimate Dems by at least a couple percentage points.
I think it's purposeful because it's to push a narrative versus be useful. And number two, it's really mean because what it does is it sets those people up and then they go crazy because they've been told for a year, we got him, we got Trump, we got him. Every night, they told him we got him. This is it. This is the evidence. We got him. We got him. We got him. And he wriggles out of it again. And then all they can do is blow up and on TikTok and have a rant.
Right. And then I would argue that we got him is different from the we're beating him. And we're getting a little bit off path. But no. Let's get into the actual defenses because I want to at least get breaking points in tonight too. I think we can get
or entities on the island. Now, before I continue, let me just note: if you are a reporter, a journalist, you are able to go to Cuba. Yes, even as an American citizen, to cover what's happening in Cuba. There are sanctioned hotels that are run by the Cuban government, which is why they are listed as hotels you're not allowed to stay in if you do go to Cuba. But interestingly enough, Medea Benjamin, who has actually done this before, and Hasan Piker didn't stay at a sanctioned hotel. There was a claim by some random person on X that they did stay at a sanctioned hotel. And apparently people just ran with it as if it's the truth without actually looking into it. So they were allegedly served administrative subpoenas, which again, erroneous, they weren't served anything yet, they might be. But the Administrative subpoenas are known as requests for information by the Treasury Department's Office of Foreign Assets Control. As Newsweek reports, US sanctions on Cuba, mainly under the Cuban Assets Control regulations, prohibit most economic dealings with US citizens with Cuba unless licensed, with some exceptions for journalism, humanitarian projects, educational programs, and activities to support the Cuban people. God forbid we support the Cuban people that the US government is intentionally starving to death. And now during his live stream yesterday, Haas stated everything had originally been cleared by the United States Treasury. However, both Hasan and Benjamin have.
Test. Can you hear me?
Yes. Yeah, I got you.
Okay. Yeah, my mic got disconnected there for a minute and I had to make sure it was all okay. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. No, you're good.
Both stated that they have not been physically served. I just want to repeat that again. Let's take a look at the video.
On the other hand, got a text message.
Just trying to skip past
this report
what
is
we
just
watched earlier.
I talked to both of them. Neither has been subpoenaed. And
Journalist. An article materialized on the timeline.
I talked to both of them. Neither has been subpoenaed. And so the Fox News report is just factually incorrect. Like, if you're going to subpoena somebody, you subpoena them.
It's just true.
Right, so you have not been served by the federal government. They have not been served by the federal government.
I should note that Ryan Grimm also went on this trip. He wasn't mentioned at all in Fox News's erroneous reporting. However, I just want to note a few other things about the convoy that was part of this humanitarian mission. It's named Nuestra America Convoy. And apparently the Cuban government gave the convoy its blessing in delivering humanitarian aid. But why is our government concerned? What is this really about? So some of the organizations who were leaders of the convoy were part of something known as the Signam Network, which is led by Neville Roy Signam, or Sigam. I don't know anything about this person, but according to Fox News Digital, they're claiming that Sigham has pumped $278 million into nonprofit groups that have pushed pro-China, pro-Cuba, anti-US narratives and street protests for almost a decade. Since his marriage in February 2017 to Code Pink co-founder Jody Evans, who is also being investigated for her role in the March trip, Code Pink received $1.33 million from this organization after he married Evans. Now that's Fox Digital reporting that, and you should take it with a grain of salt because again, they erroneously reported that the federal government already subpoenaed Medea Benjamin and Hasan Piker when that's.
It's all based on what they have learned. To Larry's point, if you don't really like anonymous sources, you're
obviously not true. So
yeah, so I wouldn't believe a word of what they're writing because they're not journalists. It's over the top absurdity. So in fact, I'm going to prove that to you. In the middle of this serious article about sanctions being violated that we're all Americans are so concerned about, literally no Americans are concerned about it. And when Nick Shirley did it, no Americans were concerned about it, and he actually did it.
Okay. Nick Shirley actually stayed at a sanctioned Cuban hotel.
Okay. So, oops, but no, Fox News wasn't concerned about that. But in the midst of this theoretically serious article, then they get into this super long paragraph. I'll only read half of it to you. Fox News Digital recently observed Piker outside his Los Angeles home, escorting his dog Kaya. Well, this seems very important. Outside the house for a bathroom break early one morning. Now we're talking about his dog's bathroom breaks. They continue.
And it was stupid to include, but I'm also going to skip over.
That story gets framed in completely different ways.
Well, and that's what that's
right.
Even this.
And even see.
Kaya is still going to be the number one thing. On his gravestone, it's going to be Kaya. I mean, you know what I'm saying? So Chen could be like, well, that's a dumb one. Yeah.
We didn't get to it in the Asmondgold clip, but he said, what is it? The you can do all this political work, but you shock one dog, you're a dog shocker. That's just what you are now. If you search Hasan Piker, what's the next word that comes up? Dog. What are you going to do about it? Yeah. It's just kind of funny that it's going to be tied to you, man. It's
okay, I don't. But this is insane. All right, they continue. At one moment, Piker silently stood over Kaya and gestured with a finger for her to return to the house.
Again,
what are you doing with your life?
Okay, hold on.
No.
I did while relieving himself.
This is psychotic.
Or herself. Okay, psychotic.
Asra Nomani, what are you doing with your life?
Yeah.
You wrote you wrote this. Like, what are you doing with your life? Did you sit outside of his place?
Yes, she has pictures.
That's psycho. That's that's psycho.
Getting pictures of someone, you're going to publish a story. The media getting pictures of someone standing outside their home. Like, this is really over the fucking top. Like, what is it?
Yeah, this is like bad. This is like a bad school play or something. I don't know.
Oh, it's gonna get worse. That's
outrage.
Part of what's getting me on Young Turks is it's getting harder and harder to put up with their theatrics.
Oh, behavior.
Well, little personal thing here. The next day, my daughter and my sister and my mom were set to go to Haas's house. My daughter had baked cookies and they were gonna do so. Haas wasn't even there. They're just we're gonna watch a movie and stuff. And they had to plan around whether a psychotic journalist was going to pop out of the bushes and take notes on people's bathroom breaks.
Psychos.
Like this insane.
First of all, if he's not there, why do you have to go to this person's house? Second, like you're concerned about paparazzi getting pictures of people. Is how you. But they got to be worried about who's around the corner or whatever. Like
yeah. Wow. Okay. Yeah. I don't have anything to add. It's
vanity, right? Okay, so what is the purpose behind this weird attack on a thing that hasn't even happened? So number one, you smear Hasan in every way you can, and Code Pink. But they're both opposed to Israel, so they must be smeared. This has nothing to do with Cuba. Nobody.
Hasan smears himself. Hasan smears himself on the regular. You wouldn't need this. He's already shocked the dog. He's already said he wants people to steal shit. He's already spitting out about Marxist stuff from the 1960s that everyone kind of laughs at. That has no bearing in the modern world. He's already
times right. He'll just put it out there for you. What do you mean?
Yeah. Anyway, go on.
Fox News Digital cares about Cuba. Nobody cares about Cuba in the country. I wish they did, because we're starving the Cubans. So wait, the people who are guilty were the ones who were open-hearted enough to go try to help starving Cubans, and they're the bad guys because you tried to search for a technicality against them that hasn't been applied in like decades and couldn't even find one, right? So you got to smear them because they're good people who need to be destroyed.
You don't know that, by the way. We don't know what they found.
Don't know what they found because he hasn't been served with the subpoena.
Or what they're looking for. No one even knows what they're looking for.
We don't know. Again, if we did the Judy Woodruff PBS NewsHour, Fox News has reported Hasan Piker has been served with a subpoena. Hasan says he has not been served. That's what we know right now, according to where we're at in these clips. Jesus Christ.
And have their character assassinated. Number two, it's intimidation.
100%.
But we're going, hey, we're buying your house. We're looking at you at all times.
Totally, that's why.
And you better not have your cousin come over or your grandmother or your mom or whoever, because we're watching you at all times. If you oppose Israel, I meant Cuba, right?
You can come watch me walk my dog, bitch.
Yeah.
Any day.
So,
all day.
But there's a third reason.
Yeah, exactly.
And this is the important
pause.
We don't buy.
Who cares if they come watch your grandma walk in your house?
Your dog.
Who cares?
Because
most Americans would have Anna's attitude. So what?
At least, you know what? They're giving me more energy, more fury. They're owning the stage a bit more than Hasan. You know what I mean? They're making it a bit more of a plight that they can build.
By the way, do not do that. You will be. Be careful. Okay, Anna's not playing. Okay, anyways, so the third reason is testing the waters. What if we start taking political prisoners? Will there be a lot of pushback or only a little pushback? And you know what we can start with? The Code Pink ladies, who everyone in mainstream media makes fun of all the time. Look at them, they're in favor of war. Let's call them anti-Semites, like half of them are Jewish. But anyway, they're like, it doesn't matter. Let's destroy them, let's destroy their character, they want peace, right? So some of them have money. Oh, well, you didn't notice all the AIPAC money, but you're noticing money that Code Pink has? Maybe, theoretically, through marriage?
So this is all about anti-Semitism, despite the fact that it's a Chinese national that they're saying is the source of the funds. And also, you didn't even mention AIPAC funds. Who is obsessed with Israel right now, Jen?
Yeah.
Get the fuck over it. God damn, bro.
Israel has nothing to do with this conversation.
Nope, it's the Wojak pointing at the alligator, but it's got the Star of David.
Come on.
Total
come on. Oh, where is the Israeli lobby money? I don't know. I've never written about it. It's over $1 billion. I can't find it. Where's Kaya? Okay, anyways. And then the second target is Haas. And they're like, well, remember, a lot of the right wing hate him, so he's a good place to start. So now we've lost a lot of our base, they're thinking, because they now also hate Israel. If we go with someone that is more liked on the right, then you could have people rallying right around them. We don't want.
Do Democrats believe that MAGA has because those influencers are gone off the reservation, that the base has abandoned because of Israel? What did he just say? Because he stated like a fact. Just because MAGA's gone because of Israel. Would you say that's a popular belief among Democrats?
No, I think this is very much Cenk wants to paint it out that way to make it look as if people, because if there are more people who agree with them. Then
if you were paying attention the last 2 weeks, every single candidate they put forth got curb stomped like they were the black guy in American History X. They were totally decimated. So
that's. I honestly, we probably won't get into it tonight. We should tomorrow, though. There's Dave Smith and Michael Knowles have had a back and forth about whether or not these kind of primary results are evidence or proof, is Dave Smith's thing, of Trump's stranglehold on the GOP. And Dave Smith's thing is no, it's about AIPAC money and how much Israel lobbies control everything. Michael Knowles' point is like, what did Israel have to do with like Cassidy? What did Israel have to do with all those dudes in Indiana?
Yeah, about to say, yeah, the only AIPAC money was in the Massey race, and
Massey.
It was just
right.
Massey.
If you want to put everything on that Massey race, it's almost like there's something else that sticks out
and
there.
That's
disagreeing with
Israel
Trump.
Hated Massey. That very little to do with Trump. Israel hated Massey, so they put their money
MAGA
there.
doesn't like anyone disagreeing with Trump or not squishing to Trump. It's not about Israel. It's about you didn't squish to what Trump wants on all these
Bingo.
things.
Bingo. Because Lauren Boebert is just as mouthy and whatever as, whatever. It's just you got to bend. And she bends.
Yep. Right. That's the fucking game. But you know what, honestly, I might even, because we got most of, I think the other thing might have been even just a joke out of Young Turks. But we'll probably sprinkle in some more takes. We've been going at it like hour 40 now. So we'll have some more tomorrow.
That was fun. It was good getting back in the groove, bro. I hope you like my dude, my little mouthy, bald-headed dude. Remember,
the little watcher guy. That's right, the Luminarian.
Yep. Yeah, the Luminarian.
What are your kind of goodbye thoughts on? We'll come back to more Hasan, and like we said, we'll talk about Trump's grip and the redistricting things. But anything on this episode?
Yeah, no, I think until we get, we'll watch the back and forth. We'll watch the media sphere because that's where all this is playing out. But until again, this is the whole Elon thing all over again for me personally. Until I got something real I can hold on to, it's just it's theater. It's theater of the absurd because it's just nothing real there. Because like when they were going back, like I kept saying during the Elon thing, when I see Trump cancel a contract, when I see Elon stopping flights, SpaceX flights for the government. When I see them actually do something to each other, this is like a Facebook fight. You know what I'm saying? And I'm getting that same vibe right now.
So we'll see. Hopefully we'll get some develop. I mean, lawfare moves slow in this country. So hopefully by sometime in these summer months, we get some sort of follow-up on what the fuck is going on here.
And I actually predict you probably won't. I think it's going to be quiet all the way up until after the election. And then everything's going to be turned up to 11. I'm going to have to pull that clip from Spinal Tap, where he's popping it up to 11.
These go to 11. That's right, baby.
Your generation has never seen a president with power in their last 2 years. This is even
lame duck period.
Yeah, even my lifetime, I've never seen a president with power in their last 2 years. So it's going to be interesting to see when it's magnified, because like I said, we replaced 3 senators, 3 squishy senators, and 2 more to go, 2 more to get replaced as well. So we're gonna have 5 in the primary season. 2 are retired.
Those are not a state senator, like a federal senator in a primary. People don't realize
senators. Yeah, we got 50 senators. So roughly, 5 out of 50 MAGA brands coming in, adding another to the other 10 roughly that are in there now. We might have the caucus. So you might see the end of Senator Thune as leader, and you're going to get someone like Rick Scott from Florida, and you're going to see a much more vibrant Senate, and it's starting in January. Because I do think the Republicans do not lose the Senate. The House is still 50-50.
With all the redistricting, it's going to be really fucking close for sure.
50-50.
We will have to do, because we don't necessarily have a way to power rank for midterms, but we'll have to do like a special that's like, we'll analyze certain matchups and we'll both make picks and see who gets the most right, like through all the different levels of, maybe we'll bet on a couple of ballot initiatives, shit.
Well, and we got the Nebraska thing. We got to look at CD1 just because that stuff you were sending over to me. It was funny under that where the Nebraska Democratic Senate candidate endorsed that guy is Jane Fleem is underneath it going, yeah, but the Nebraska Democratic Party does not.
Yeah, that's right, dude. Me and Kleb, I will put a prediction down right now. Me and State Party Chair of Nebraska Dems, Jane Kleb, are going to get into a Twitter fight at some point. And I'm going to keep it civil, but I'm throwing that prediction down. It's going to happen at some point.
Interesting.
But until then.
Yeah. Yeah, because the second's not even interesting. That chick up there is going to steamroll that fella by at least 4 to 5 points. Yeah, it's going to go blue up there in Omaha.
That and the Osmond.
It's going to go red
and our independent races, man. It's will Nebraska be kind of purple? And even if you don't see it as purple, will we elect eyes? Will we elect independents?
I think it'll be red everywhere except for Omaha. I think we're going to be the same that we've delivered last year and the year before. It's just like we're almost like a mini Texas. You know, Texas is always the great hope for the Democrats. But this is the year we're going to turn it blue. That's what Nebraska kind of is on the lower key level.
Starting to feel that way a bit, especially if we don't get if like Bacon. It makes sense how he held on to that seat for so long. He straddled that edge. As he was, bitch, right?
Yeah, he was as blue as a red guy could get.
Right, but yeah, we'll see. But yeah, until then, subscribe. We'll be hitting you with the hot takes tomorrow. We love you all. Treat each other well. Can you tell that I'm the shit lib? All right, peace out, y'all.